There was an international congregation of medical doctors that they got together in Geneva, if you watched the news a couple of days ago, and they went back, they came back to their countries, and now these people are talking to each other. So the World Health Organization has convened, doctors from Canada were there, and people are talking to each other versus working in silos. I think everybody's working together now.
It's
very
better
good. We hope to find some results.
Yeah.
Because I hear everybody dying every day.
Yeah. Well, to put it in context, okay, more people have died of the flu. In the U.S., I believe it was 13,000.
19.
What's that?
19,000 people died from influenza last year at the United States.
Well, how many in Canada? 35,000?
Influenza in Canada?
Oh.
Not 35,000. No, less than the States. The States was 19,000 last year.
Their population is so much higher than ours.
Vaccination.
So, if anything, I would recommend you get a flu shot.
Flu shot doesn't work. It's a joke because it's still people dying.
Well, I do believe that it helps those who are vulnerable to it.
All right. You know what?
Any
We're
other
not
questions?
doctors. Dr. Davila that was
That's
here,
right.
unfortunately you missed her. She's the doctor, and I'll tell you, if you ask her, she'll tell you, go get your flu shot.
Yes.
And get your flu shot in order for us to be healthy. Follow the directions. Wash your hands. You know, make sure that if you come in contact with somebody that's been back from China, ask them to stay at home. Go to a doctor if you're feeling sick. Follow the symptoms. There's a speech up here in front. Make sure that you follow that, and everybody's going to be okay. This is not SARS. This is not SARS, folks. 2003, we were hit and hit bad. We were not ready. 2 of my staff were incubated at home at the time. We had visited the Scarborough Grace at the end of February and March, and they had to stay home. This is not SARS. Yes, it has devastated China more than SARS, but in Canada, frontline doctors tell me we're ready. The hospital tells me we're ready. I have to believe them because these are the same people that worked at the hospital at Scarborough Grace at the time. They tell us they're ready. The medical officers tells us we're ready. EMS, you know, the emergency guys that come to pick you up at home. If there's a SARS crisis, they got all the gear. In 2003, we were not ready. This time we're ready.
We learned from SARS.
Yes, we did, definitely.
Final question.
And the other thing that I have to tell you before you say anything, those lessons that we learned from SARS is not to discriminate against our neighbors. Unfortunately, that lesson has not been learned. When I get people and they say, those people, I look at them and I say, please, stop it. It's not those people. It's not our people. We're all in this together. This is not a particular community. This is a global epidemic. We're all in this together. And the sooner we learn that, the better it's going to be. And don't be scared to go out shopping. All right, you guys, don't be scared to go out shopping. Don't be scared to spend money. Because those stores are going to close and businesses are going to hurt. Okay?
That's right. Yes.
What's the cause of this problem? What the cause? Do you have an idea? I hear many news about outside, but I'm not sure about it. The cause is, I'm not sure if you have an idea of the cause.
You mean when people get sick?
Because of the disease. How is this created?
Okay, I can answer you. Actually, it's a lot.
Okay, we got some more news from
some of experts, from India, from Switzerland, and also from US. So they found this is from lab. So this is a human interfered virus. It's not from nature. That's why this thing is more severe. It's more severe than SARS. SARS doesn't spread like from woman to their baby. It doesn't like through from pregnant lady. And this one does. And SARS is and also many other things. The SARS also is kind of when people talk that could get infected. And this one is more than that. That's one kind of floating on the air. It's called airborne. So that one is like you are that's with wind that could travel 5
With
kilometers.
my research, what I found is
Those are the scientists' side.
yes, let me say it here because maybe I'm right or wrong, but I did a lot of research. I'm an engineer. Government of China, the waste food is huge there. Waste food. Waste. They have to send somewhere, and they don't know what to do with the field is full. So what they said, you have to dump it somewhere. They said, okay, get wrap, get dough, put it in here, call it dumpling. So they put a lot of bad food in the dumpling. If you eat the dumpling now,
I'm going to stop you there. I'm going to stop
this
you
is what
there.
they told me.
I'm going to stop you there, and I'm just going to be straightforward with you.
Yeah.
There's nobody in here that's been to China more than I have. In the last 23 years, I've been there 56 times. And every time, I come back home okay. The first time, yes, I had, because I drank the local water, but after that, you learn. Look, folks, dumping in a particular country, it is not acceptable. I've eaten the food. I've even went on the road and eaten the food. Guess what? I'm still standing. I didn't get sick. There was a difficulty, and to say that one country, one government, right now, at this very moment, that's totally unacceptable. We got an international crisis. Get over it. Let's make sure that everybody goes home alive. And my prayers and thoughts are with the people that have lost family back in China. Anybody that goes like this, I look at them and say, where did you come from? Where did you grow up? I can tell you where I grew up. When I grew up, we used to have running water on the side of the road. And the teachers told us not to drink it, and we were leaning over to drink it. I'm still alive. So this is not a particular country problem. This is all our problem. Please. You know, like this stuff about da-da-da-da-da, I got to tell you, there's better restaurants in China than we have in this country. But the best Chinese food is made in Toronto, right? In Scarborough Agincourt. Now, don't forget it. All right, folks. Any other questions? All right. Look, I want to thank you for coming out. We'll hang around if you want to talk to us. You got your information. Please, just whatever you do, especially the Chinese media, try to tell the folks that if they stay at home, they're not doing themselves any favor. We are not problematic. We're not as difficult as Wuhan. We're okay. Go out. Go to the restaurants. Spend your money. Gentlemen, take your Valentines out tomorrow? Friday. Okay? And go spend your money. Take your wives out. Take your husbands out. And go spend your money. Go have dinner. Buy flowers. Please don't be scared. Okay? Don't be scared. And walking around with a mask, I know it's a fashion. In China, there's stores that sells just masks. You know, seen it, done it, been there. It's okay. That's fine. But don't criticize anybody else. Don't be scared. Because when you're scared, as Franklin Delano Roosevelt said, fear is the only fear of itself. All right? And
if the Chinese community doesn't support their own community, who will?
Right. Yes, ma'am.
Today I saw a video on a local girl hate a Chinese girl. So in that restaurant, so I want to know how to stop that.
Well, number one, the restaurateur or the girl that was hit, she should automatically contact the police. No ifs or buts.
Call 911.
Contact the police. Go to the local station. Nobody should be hitting anybody for being a particular ethnicity. Nobody, and I repeat this, nobody has the right to call you a name. Nobody has the right to put you down. And nobody has absolutely no right to tell you that this is your fault. This is all combined. This is our problem. It's not a Greek, it's not a Japanese, it's not a Chinese, it's not a South American, and it's not a South Asian. It's all our problem. And if anybody takes that out on the Chinese community, I got two words for them. Please stop. That's being polite. And the girl that was hit, I encourage her parents and her to go to the police and make sure that this individual gets charged. No, this is zero tolerance. Zero tolerance when it comes to a community being dumped upon. No ifs, ands, or buts. I will go to the restaurants. I will go to the functions. And you guys that are stopping your functions, come on, stop being chicken. Okay? Look, folks, no offense or buts here. We're here together to let you know. You invite us, we'll come. I know my staff might say, "Oh, yeah." I said, I'm going, you're going. Okay? I live in this community. Jean lives in this community. Our children are in this community. I have 5 daughters. 2 of them teach in schools. So, like, you know, come on. This is collectively everybody's problem. Sorry, I just needed to get the steam out.
That's all right.
So if I hear anybody say this is a particular community's problem, I won't be kind to them. I will have words with them, polite words. I will say, please, en français, zip it.
Even the large malls, their business is down. Right? And that's not exclusively Chinese.
40% down.
Well, people are afraid, and they need to stop that. They need to just go on their regular routine, do what they always do.
Every day.
Every day.
Any plan of the government to force to isolate any people from China in those places?
We don't force people.
Just
We
suggestion.
ask,
You listening to yourself?
we ask-
Suggestion.
Are you listening to yourself? All right? You listening to yourself? Okay, people are coming in. They should be self-determined. If they think they're sick, isolate yourself. If you think you're sick, go to the hospital. Isolating people? Whoa! What do you think we're going back in the 1940s? We isolated the Chinese and before that the Ukrainians? Come on. We isolated the Italians.
I have to repeat.
No.
You know what? Our system is working because the risk of the spread is low. It's very low. And you don't see the cases jumping up. It's been 7 cases.
You got a business, correct? How's the business been affected for people not coming out? Exactly. So folks, go out there, enjoy. Friday night.
Yep, that's
Okay?
the night.
Take your loved ones. Take your lady, take your gentleman,
Take
buy
your
them
family.
roses. Come on, that's a night for couples.
Ah, you
Valentine's
want people to
Day.
spend money.
Take your
love
loved one
kids,
to
right?
dinner.
Or whoever, your friend.
Okay? Folks, any other questions? You're good? Thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Speeches from Dr. Elaine Davila and information is at the back in both Chinese and English. Simplified, please take it. We will be emailing it if you want her speech electronically. We can airdrop it to you right here. Linda from my office has got it. Thank you very much. And to everybody, a happy Lunar New Year. Okay? Go see Fachai, everybody.
If anybody
Behave
wants
yourself.
the federal government posters, I have them over there.
Thank you, folks.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. God bless. Sit tight. We'll get through this.